Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps with Behind the Gloves, and I'm joined now with Darius Fulgham. Darius, it's really nice to meet you, and I know that you have just recently signed with Sjam Boxing. Congratulations. They are our sponsor, so welcome to the family. How are you?
Thanks for having the time to put me on. I appreciate it, and I'm excited as well. To be a part of Sjam, be a part of the family.
So how did it all kind of come about?
The whole, signing with Sjam.
Yeah.
It kind of started still around the Olympic time. I was on Team USA. Sam had reached out to me, and we've really been talking ever since. That's kind of the main thing I really loved about Sam. He put a lot of pressure, and he always would check for me every now and then. Hey, how's everything going? You good? And we've been talking about signing for a long time, but I just wasn't ready to make that transition. I had the Olympics that I had planned coming up, but unfortunately, how that turned out for us and a lot of my other teammates and stuff. So now is the right opportunity to make that transition.
Well, you were #1 ranked in the USA, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So obviously, you're a hot commodity. So what was the decision in going with Sjam as opposed to any other company, really?
Well, I think really that was one of the main things about how much he kept in touch with me. A lot of managers, when the pandemic first hit and it was where okay, well, these Olympians are probably going to start turning pro. I get hit up by some managers, but they hit me up and I say, well, I'm want to focus on the Olympics, so I'm not really looking to turn pro. So there's no point of really having that kind of conversation. Sam kept in touch with me the entire time. That really kind of stuck with me. Like, how much he really, I felt like he really, really wanted me, and he made that pretty. He doesn't sign many fighters, and that was kind of a main point for me. And how much Sam talked, like he truly his belief in me is through the roof, and that speaks volume about how much that he'll work hard to put me in a position to succeed. And that's really the only thing I really need is just the opportunity,
right.
Like put me in that position. And I know Sam would do that. He got a lot of great connections and he can make a lot of things happen. And I think Sam's probably gonna be the best decision that I made going with Sjam.
Absolutely. I mean, they have such a strong, small group of men, but they've
Yeah.
definitely put all of their time and effort into making sure that each one of them is a success. So, I mean, you are definitely joining a strong stable, but a small stable at that. Is there anybody in particular you want to sign with? Because I know that you're not signed just yet with a promoter.
No, I'm not signed just yet, and I can't say in particular like I really want to sign with this person because a lot of top promoters are doing great things. I just think it's whoever would have the best plan for me. So once we're still through that process to figure that out, that's who I want to sign with. But there's nobody like boom, like in my mind, like, that's who I want to sign with.
Right.
Somebody who can give me the best plan and for the best deal.
So in terms of the Olympics, I really want to kind of touch on that because we know that you'll be making your professional debut at light heavyweight, but you are going to be partaking in the heavyweights in the Olympics. So what happens there? Because as you know, the Olympics are currently ongoing. So what's
So what kind of happened with the Olympics for me is our qualifier to secure a spot in the Olympics got canceled. And so what they ended up doing was they'll give the American region quota spots for the Olympics. They based it off of 2017 to 2019 rankings. And I wasn't a part of the team at the time. I was still in school. And so they went back to those rankings and they even brought back, a couple of the pros now to compete in the Olympics. And so that's how they did it. So it really screwed over me and some of the other people who, went the route. We went, won the Olympic trials and secured our spot on Team USA. But, we just didn't have the ranking points to get a spot for the Olympics. So it really kind of screwed us over that way where we didn't even have an opportunity to compete. But, we make it's out of our control. So, we just had to manage what we can do.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying we just got to manage what we can do. Everything's kind of out of our control. We didn't get the opportunity we needed, but, I guess that wasn't our destiny. So we'll just keep.
How do you feel about the Olympics now allowing professionals to participate?
So I know this is the first time that the United States is ever doing this. Other countries still do that. You know, they still have pros in the Olympics, I think, but they have to be under a certain amount of fights. You know, I don't think they have like world champions going back to the Olympics, but you know, the people that are going to the Olympics representing the United States are real close friends of mine. I'm super proud for them too. They've earned it just as well, like in a sense that they had the ranking points. They did well at Pan Ams. They did well at Worlds to get those points.
Mm-hmm.
So they earned it the same, but it's still unfortunate for the other ones who were that was their goal. They were waiting to stick around for the Olympics. But the people are going to represent the Olympics now for the United States. The three guys, like I'm super happy for them, man. They're going to do their thing. I know it.
Very classy response, because I don't think it's fair. That's my opinion.
I never been like I said, I'm a little biased. Those are my guys. I'm big fans of them. You know, they're my bros. So I want them to do well and still succeed and bring a medal for the United States. But yeah, I mean, my overall response for pros in the Olympics, I'm not a fan of. But like I said, this is the rare exception United States allowing that to happen. And these guys just happen to be good friends of mine, so I'm rooting for them.
Mm-hmm. Well, now this means that you're moving on to start in the pro ranks. Yeah. So let's talk about that. Obviously, you said you didn't have anyone in particular that you were looking to sign with, but your management company is based mostly in the UK. Is the intention to sort of train over there, because they do have a good stable of fighters that you could be sparring with?
Yeah.
Anyone from, Joe Joyce, Guido, Johnny Fisher, and Solomon Dakris.
Yeah. John Hedge. Yeah, there's a lot of they have, like I said, they have a great stable of guys.
Yeah.
And I want to go over there to train with a lot of them too. But I think my main base is still would be in Houston, Texas. Like I have great coach here, got great foundations, also great sparring in Houston as well. Mm-hmm. So I think my main base would like to be in Houston, but I definitely would love to travel over there and have training camp alongside those guys as well. Mm-hmm. Get to kind of meet family and stuff, and then learn from them as well. They're already going up through the pro ranks. I'm pretty sure a lot can learn from them as well. And kind of different style of how they do their training camps, probably a lot different than how I do mine. I can learn a great ton of things from them. So I definitely want to go over there and train with them. But I think my main base is still be in Houston.
You've also sparred, correct me if I'm wrong, with Jared Anderson. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he'll be fighting on the Fury Wilder 3 undercard. Will you be there by chance?
I would love. I don't have any plans right now of going, but I would definitely love to be there. Love to support them because I know another good friend of mine is supposed to be fighting on there too. And so I would love to go out there and support, but I don't have any plans right now of going.
You need to hit up Sjam.
I know. I need to make that happen because I want to show out. That's going to be a huge, legendary night of boxing for sure.
Be good PR for you too, to go ahead and speak to the media and sort of get your name out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So let's talk a bit about the division you're looking to go into. We have 3 current champions at the moment. You got Joe Smith Jr., Artur Beterbiev, and Dmitry Bivol. Who would you consider to be the best of the 3?
That's a tough one, and especially because I didn't hear talks about Canelo going back up to 175. Hard to say. I think I like Joe Smith Jr. He's a hard worker, man, but I have him the least out of the 3, I want to say. Mm-hmm. But still overall talented. Thing about Beterbiev, he's just so powerful, heavy-handed, knocked out everybody he's fought, and very few amount of fights as well. Bivol, really talented boxer. So if I really did have to honestly rank it, then I probably would have. Oh man, that's tough. Is that either Bivol or Beterbiev? I don't know who went out of that one. Because it's hard really to doubt Beterbiev's power, man. Like he stopped everybody he's fought. Yep. So if I was to get off the fence just right now, then I'm going Beterbiev and then probably Bivol. That's just me getting off the fence. I don't know. I wouldn't bet on it though for sure.
Yeah. Well,
bet on it. I'm not gonna lose my money, but
Beterbiev is rumored to potentially be the next opponent for Canelo. I'm not quite sure why the fight with Caleb Plant wouldn't happen for the undisputed super middleweight title, but that's what they're saying. It's a plan B at this point for Canelo. What are your thoughts on that potential fight?
That really would show how much of a pound for pound champ that Canelo is. Even when he went up to fight Kovalev, people were saying, "Oh, Kovalev was washed up and this and that." I'm like, what? Canelo has been jumping weights. People forget not too long ago Canelo was fighting at 154.
Mm-hmm.
He's all the way up at 175. So him fighting Kovalev was still a good performance to me. But if he goes up fight Beterbiev and dominates that fight, like Canelo's pound for pound best to me right now. Real slick boxer,
Mm-hmm.
powerful. You can tell his power even carries up because he still looks like the stronger fighter, even going up in all in these different weight classes. But that really be like a huge testament to Canelo. If he goes up and fight Beterbiev, who they consider like the boogeyman of the division, nobody wants to fight him.
Right. Do you have a
I'll be
favorite?
excited. I still want to see the Caleb Plant one. Hopefully, that's still a go. I kind of still thought that it was, but if it's still rumored that may fall through and a fight Beterbiev, regardless, those are all two great fights that I want to see.
Yeah, I was just reading as of yesterday that it's still very much a possibility that he'll move up to light heavy. And I don't really quite know the backstory yet because we're hearing, I know Caleb Plant for a fact wants it. So I'm trying to figure out what's standing in between.
It's usually just little small things, if it was like this or just understanding who gets what, the size of the ring. There's so many different factors of people when they try to negotiate for the fight, they can make stuff fall through. So, who knows what it is.
Well, you are only 24 years old, correct?
Correct, yeah.
So you're 24, so obviously if you're starting at light heavy, the goal is to get to heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
It that's closed for a second, sorry.
Yeah, I was kind of breaking up.
Oh.
And that's still kind of like I probably could still go down to super middleweight. Like for example, in the fighting at 201 pounds, which is heavyweight. But realistically, like I was really small at heavyweight. Like I was walking around, like eat whatever I want, 90 pounds. And that's what I would weigh in on the scales at fight day, would be like 190 pounds. So diet, my diet right, and actually properly cutting weight for the pros. And a lot different, but for the pros, probably could make super middle. That's something, discussed that route, super middle to light heavy. But I think right now, ideally, light heavy would probably be the best division for me. Well, I feel the strongest, and I perform the best at.
Yeah,
but it's great to climb all the way up and do like how all the legendary greats have done, even like the Roy Jones, who even went up, and Evander Holyfield went up. To be kind of following kind of their footsteps and do the same thing.
Right, because you're young and your body is still naturally going to be filling out. Cruiserweight could be very much in the near future, and then eventually heavyweight. As of right now, all four divisions that we just talked about are just absolutely stacked at the minute.
Yeah.
But overall, like in terms of the heavyweight scene, who would you say is the most dominant and the one that you can see becoming the undisputed?
You said at heavyweight, right?
Yes.
That's a tough one, but it's kind of hard for me not to say, Tyson Fury.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a great night of boxing. That's on the 24th, but Tyson Fury put on a dominant performance last time that they fought, and for somebody that size, being 6'9", being able to still kind of move and box like that, it's rarely see, So it's kind of hard for me really to see losing. I will say I was excited when officially they were going to do the Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury matchup. That's because I'm a huge fan of Anthony Joshua. I like how he carries himself. I like his character. And that's something I really want to see. But nonetheless, like this Deontay Wilder fight is still going to be a great match because Deontay Wilder still has those dynamites in both his hands, So yeah, at any point in time, it happens. But I have to answer your question. I have to say Tyson Fury. It's kind of hard for me not to see what he's done in the ring,
Right. Fun fact about you is you've gone to nursing school for your master's.
Oh, I didn't know where you were going with that. I was like, But is she finna reveal it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you still in school? Have you finished? What's the process there?
So yeah, I went to nursing school. I graduated already, so I'm
Okay.
already finished. I'm already finished with that. I passed NCLEX, so I'm still licensed on the board of nursing as a registered nurse. So I graduated 2019 back in May. And then, once I graduated, I put kind of nursing fully behind me, and I've been focused full time on boxing, which worked out perfectly because that was the plan. Because Olympic trials was in December, I had to qualify for that. Then I ended up winning that, and then was on Team USA. So put nursing kind of completely behind me to focus on this because, this is the only something I can do while I'm young. I can't do boxing when I'm 50 years old. I guess some people can. I can't deny that. There are some people that have done it, but
never know.
I don't. In my mind, I don't plan on doing that. I want to accomplish everything I want to in life now. So that's kind of plan. I put nursing behind me and just taking boxing full on. I'm trying not to manage both. I want to be great. I want to be exceptional at this. I'm desperate for greatness, and I just want to make this the biggest push that I can. Become a world champion, create a legacy, and change boxing and change the world, change the future of some kids. I want to inspire a lot of people, so that's really important to me. And I think boxing is the way that I'm gonna do it, and I get happiness out of doing this. You ever heard the saying when people say you love what you do, you never had to work a day in your life. Like, I'm so blessed to be able to be doing this, and be able to live my life. I have so much fun, enjoy boxing so much. So I'm really blessed and honored.
You just gave me chills. I'm happy for you because it's true. It's true. Like, this isn't about me, but just a small snippet of my story was I was always bartending and waitressing, and I also went to X-ray technician school. I dropped out 3 months shy of graduating to pursue the goal of and eventually becoming now a boxing reporter full time. And I know a thing or two about having these big dreams and not feeling like you're working anymore because you just love what you do, and dreams do come true if you really apply yourself, stay dedicated, motivated, persistent, consistent. And so it's really amazing to hear you say that, because that's not an easy feat. Like, for you to go to nursing school and still be doing all of the the training and trying to do all the Olympic tryouts and stuff like that, that's very intense. So that's a compliment to your dedication.
I just remember the day. I just remember the days of being in school, because a lot of the stuff I was doing while I was in school, I did my last 2 semesters. I kind of took about a year off from boxing, but in that sense, I wasn't competing. I was still training, but a lot of the big competition tournaments I couldn't go to, and that's kind of not messing my opportunity with boxing, but promotion wise and putting my name out there for people to know me. That a lot of stuff I've missed, I didn't have the opportunity to go to because I was in school. But the training wise and trying to juggle both was tough. I was getting up 4 something in the morning to be in the gym at 5, get there at 5:30. I was doing my strength and conditioning, shower, I go to my school, class started at 9, I'd be there for hours. I would take like a little 30-minute nap in the parking garage at my school, set my alarm for like 8:55 to get to class right on time, and then be in class all day to go back to the gym. It was tough, through those times, but that's what I had to do if I want to get to where I wanted to be in life. Like you said, and nothing's done without the work. Like, you can dream all you want, but if you're not putting the work in behind it to back up those dreams or to attain those dreams, then it's all for nothing. So
exactly.
I'm glad I'm in the place that I am now, where I can just focus just on boxing.
I think this would make for the very first, I could be wrong, the very first world champion who's a nurse.
I don't know too many boxers that are nurses at all.
So, I know that, like, Chris Algieri is a doctor. So he was obviously a world champion, but I don't know anyone that was a nurse who was world champion. So that would make you the first.
Okay, well, we all for being the first or something.
There you are.
Let's make it happen.
That's what it's all about.
Let's make it happen.
Blazing your own way, creating your own history. Yeah. Well, congratulations on that. Honestly, that's just like I said, shows so much of your own dedication and how just determined you are overall, because many people can barely handle, like juggle just personal lives and then training, but you
No,
did
seriously.
personal life, training, and going to nursing
Yeah.
school. So
I can't take too much credit. Now I do have to give a lot of credit to my family and a lot of my classmates too. Like their support throughout the whole process was everything that I needed. You know, they gave me the boost and it helped me out along the journey as well. So big shout out to my family and a lot of people I went to school with, because you know, without them, who knows?
right. No,
Who
absolutely.
knows?
That definitely helps to have a strong circle around you.
Absolutely.
Well, congratulations again. I look forward to seeing you advance in the ranks and see your career develop. So we'll definitely be catching up more. I'm obviously here based in the States, pretty
Yeah.
back and forth between the UK and the States, but I will look forward to meeting you in person and hopefully attending your first fight. Any final words?
No, I don't have any. I'm just excited to start my pro journey. So to all the fans that's watching, I hope y'all enjoy the ride as well, as much as I enjoyed as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. I know today's a national holiday.
Yeah.
So I hope you go enjoy some barbecue or
I got to start cutting down
fireworks
the weight,
tonight.
so I'm not going to enjoy too much barbecue, but.
I hope to. So get me I bought me a watermelon, plan to chop that baby up.
Oh yeah. Now that sounds good right there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you so much for your time, and we'll be catching up soon. And yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. It was nice. I appreciate the time, and thank you so much.
All right. Have yourself a good day.
All right, you too.
All right. Bye-bye.